Today's mission is to tear down this porch and rebuild bigger and better. Step 1, the steps have to go. And now with the steps gone, step 2, get that roof off. And then just like that, the tin roof is off. Now to get the rest of that skeleton down. Save these for some kind of little project. Now there's some T111, that's siding, that's going to be replaced before I start the porch. It is time to start building. I have just dug up 6 recycled footer blocks. I'm going to put one beside that one beside this one beside this one. It's going to be 12 feet long, 8 feet wide. There'll be 3 footer blocks out here. Here the rotten siding is gone and the new siding is going up. On day 1 of porch build, we've got lumber on the job site. The footer blocks are roughly where they go. They still need to be leveled and squared up, and then we can start with the 12 by 8 floor frame. The idea is to put 4x4s, they're going to go up, and we're going to have a slanted roof come down. It is the next day, the siding has been replaced, primed, and the chair rail is on, the trim around the door is on, and all the footer blocks are square and level. It is now time to start building. I just took my 2x6x12s and cut them off exactly 12 foot long. Now I'm going to go mark every 2 foot for every floor joist. Where our floor joists will go, it's 12 foot long, so there'll be 7 floor joists. And if you'll notice, the cinder blocks are gone. We're lowering it down by 8 inches. Using 4 inches blocks instead of 8-inch blocks. To get the width of 8 feet, you cut them to 93 inches. That gets rid of 3 inches. That's the width of the 2x6x12s. So the homeowner went with corral boards for that country look instead of deck boards. They're cheaper. And so the front lip is 3/4. On the side I got these 1/4 inch spacers in between each board. 1/4 inch. Just like that. We're getting close to halfway deck. That's going pretty fast. What I did, the first board is a full length 12 footer. 4 foot was cut off of it. Then 4 goes here. You cut 1 in half. 8 goes there. 8 goes here. And then the next one is a full 12 footer. Then it starts over 4 and an 8 and an 8 and a 4 and then a 12. That keeps your little pattern lines consistent. And then when you put the 12 on, that straightens up all your cracks. Some of these boards are wider than others. You got to compensate. Anyway, I'm putting 2 screws in every joist. So now I've got a 12 footer laying up there. I've got to mark it and cut it. That'll leave me 4 foot, which will go on that end. And now I'm out of the corral boards. That's what we're using for deck boards. I need 2 more of those. I need more screws. I need more daylight. I'm going to go ahead and knock off. Just had some heavy rains, but I'm back in business. What you missed, I put in the last 2 corral boards. And then with the leftovers, I built some steps. That's 2x6, a 2x6 box, corral boards on top. Then I removed the remaining 2 boards from the old porch. And up next, I got to cut that trim board here and cut the eave off, and then we can start putting 4x4s on the corners. So I've got a corner bracket on. That's exterior screws, 3 inches long. I've got 2 boards that's going to hold it level for me, just like this one. The 4x4 is leaning up right there on the sawhorses. They're recycled. Used to be fence posts. Plumb straight up and down, same as the other corner. Now I'll run a board from here over there to figure out what kind of angle we're going to have for the roof. This is day 2 of trying to work in the pouring rain, working on a porch. Yesterday we got the 2 columns set. They're plumb, they're ready to go. I got the boards from under the eaves. They're down. This board goes up to replace those. The porch is going to be 12 foot wide at the bottom. The roof's going to be 14 foot wide, the tin. This is 13 foot 11. That gives me a 1/2 inch overhang on each side. Same thing with this. This one comes out right to the columns. Okay, that's what the pitch of the roof is going to look like. I've got to lower the board on the other end by 3.5 inches. I've got a mark on this side lowered by 3.5 inches. That's a 212, a little more than a 212 pitch. On this side, I've got a board holding up. This is where my 2x6 header is going to go. I've already got the screws in it. So I'll go up and I'll lay the board on this here, go over to the other side, put the screws in, come over to this side with the level, screw it off. That's how you work by yourself. I'm currently in the process of putting the rafters on. There are 2 screws on that end. There's 2 nails on this end. screw gun, nail gun over here on the bench. I'm marking the angle. It's an 8-degree angle. Mark it, mark it, mark it, cut it, cut it, cut it. Before I mark it, I find out what a crown is. You look down it, the crown goes up. So up next, I'll cut these 3. I got one down there already cut. I'll go throw those on. All the rafters are up. They're nailed in place. The 2 on the end were shorter than the rest because of the way I nailed them on down here. So I took a chalk line and a level, popped a line and took a level, and I made a bunch of marks. I'm halfway through cutting them off. There's the saw. And the rain starting back. Now all the rafters have been cut off the same length. See? I cut off the 4x4s, they were too tall, and I put in that corner brace, that's a permanent. Now these temporary ones can come down. And now this porch project is waiting on 10. I'll probably put another corner brace here and one on the other side. The hurricane clips are in. I even swept the dirt off of it. Tomorrow we'll get the 10 on, call it done. Back on the porch, and we should finish up today. At least the rain is gone and the sun is here. And when you're putting on a tin roof, it's good to have windy conditions. It is windy. Anyway, this is not really tin. This is some kind of fiberglass. It's transparent. It blocks out 99% of the harmful UV rays. There's that wind. Told you it was windy. Anyway, I'm going to cut these off. They're 10 feet long. They're 12 feet long. They need to be 10 feet long. Here's the porch completely finished with the roof on. A transparent smoke gray roof. Still lets light through, but gives you some shade. Protects you from the weather, rain. And so here it is about 2 weeks later. There's some rails on the porch. That's a corral board cut in half, ripped down the middle. One board made all 4 rails. There's now a flower bed. There is a little step here. It is all done. I think it turned out great.